Hello, I'm Jay Haley from Palmore Institute. This video is for our essential level reading class, and in this week we're going to be looking at chapter number 6 from the book. It's a story about the Galapagos Islands. As usual, let's get started with a little bit of vocabulary to get us going. Here today I've got a list, it's 10 words long. First word on the list is the equator. So when we talk about the equator, it is this line here. It is often a red line that you will find on a map. 0 degrees latitude. Okay, not north, not south, right across the widest part of the earth. This red line here, that is called in English the equator. You can remember it by thinking about the word equal. It kind of is dividing the earth into half, into a northern half and a southern half. And that's why it's called the equator. Second word on the list, this word, else. Love the word else. When you think about, when you talk about else, you're just meaning that there is something more. Okay? Short conversation printed here to give you an idea of the word else and how it gets used. So two people are talking. There's A and B. A first says, so what did you have for lunch? B says fish. A says, anything else? B says, rice. A says, is anything else? Yeah, cookie. Anything else? Yeah, salad. Okay, anything else just means what more, what more. Not just fish, but was there something else? Something more. Okay. Word 3 on the list is the word mind. Now, we saw the word mind a couple weeks ago, but we're going to see it one more time here, and the meaning will be a little different here. Here, we're talking about the verb to mind something. And if you mind something, it means you are bothered by something. It's annoying, you don't like it. Just stop, please. In this case here, we've got the Galapagos Islands. This animal is known as a Galapagos tortoise, those giant tortoises that live there. And you can see in the picture there are people who are really right up close to this tortoise. They're, within touching distance of it. And yet the tortoise is not panicked. The tortoise does not mind. Okay? So if you mind something, you're bothered by it. If you don't mind something, you're not bothered. This tortoise, it's not bothered by the people around it. Okay? A couple of weeks ago, this is two or 3 units ago, chapter 3, the one about the long distance runner, we encountered the word mind, and I showed you this slide here. And I explained that your mind was kind of all the processes that are happening in your brains, including your feelings, your beliefs, your thoughts, your own histories and habits and memories. That's your mind. That is the verb. Sorry, that is the noun, mind. But here we're going to be talking about the verb to mind, and it's a bit of a different meaning. Okay. Word 4, probably. Okay. When you talk about probably, you're saying that it is 50% or more likely to be true. If I say I will probably go out, I'll probably go out, I mean, it's about more than half, more than 50-50. I'm going to go out maybe 60% chance, maybe 80%, maybe 90% chance. Okay? But it's more than just 50-50. Think about it if you compare it with the word maybe. Now, maybe I will go out. It might be less. It might be less than 50%. Maybe actually has a very wide range. It could be 20%. It could be 30%. It could be 60% or 70%. Maybe is a really wide range. Probably is a bit smaller. It's still big, but it's from 50%, 50-50 upward. Okay. Getting close to 100 sometimes. All right. Our next word, number 5, strange. When we say something is strange, we mean that it is odd or unusual or unexpected. Okay. In the reading, we'll be meeting some of the strange animals that inhabit the Galapagos Islands. What kinds of animals do you imagine live there? Well, we've already met the tortoise. Think about what other kinds you might expect to see in the Galapagos Islands. Okay, and some of them are a little strange. Word number 6 is cool. Okay, just not such a bad one, and a good chance that you know this already. But I just want to make sure you understand. There's cool and there's cold. Okay, cool is less cold. It's not so bad. If it's a cold day, I will wear a heavy coat. I'll put on gloves. I'll wear boots. I might just not go out because it's just too cold. A cool day, on the other hand, cool day is actually pretty nice by my reckoning, especially as it's starting to get a little closer to the rainy season and summer and being much too hot. I really do appreciate a cool day. Cool can be very comfortable. Cold is not. Number 7, endangered species. There's actually 2 words here that we need to talk about. Let's talk about species first. When we talk about a species, we just mean it's one specific type of plant or animal. Like this particular type is a species. Okay, a dog is a species. A cat is a different species. Homo sapiens are a completely different species as well. Okay? These are species, but when we talk about an endangered species, you notice the word danger in there, and that's a pretty good hint that the species is facing some danger. Here, what we mean is endangered species are the kinds of animals that might soon disappear from the earth. Okay, great example is the panda here. Very famous and very charismatic example of an endangered species. There are very few pandas left in the world, either in the wild or even in zoos. So, without being careful about protecting pandas, the panda might disappear. It is an endangered species. And we'll see some endangered species in the Galapagos Islands in this reading. Okay, number 8, such as. This one's not bad. Such as is just a different way to say for example. It's exactly the same meaning. No big difference. There might be a little bit of difference with using commas or where to put it in a sentence. If you're being very strict, you might talk about this difference in your writing class, but for the reading class, it's not so big. Just means for example. Same thing. Number 9, to protect. Well, to protect just means to make sure that something is safe. It's been an important word in recent weeks and months as the fear of the COVID-19 virus has been spreading, and this type of mask or the gloves that are shown in this picture, it's known as protective equipment. It's equipment that is hopefully going to protect the person wearing it from getting sick. Okay, it's making sure that that person is safe. Here, we'll be talking about protecting those endangered species that we just talked about. Okay, last word on the list, government. Government it's the people, or it's the organizations that run a country or run a city. They administer the city or the country. Here, a very famous center of government in this picture. This is the Houses of Parliament in the UK, in London. That is the center of government in the UK. Those people are the government. Okay, hey, that's a great place for us to pause. That's the vocabulary you'll need to understand the reading well. Now that you know it, go take a look at unit number 6 in your book. Read through it. See if you can understand what's happening. And in the next video, I'll come back and I'll give you some questions about what you read. Okay, thank you again. See you in the next video. Bye.